We're going to be looking at porterweed today. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Hello, beautiful people, and thank you for joining us today. If you are new here, please do share, like, and subscribe as we post weekly on how to create a self sustaining ecosystem for your small scale pollinator garden. On today's species spotlight, we have the porterweed. Now, porterweed is actually very interesting because this is a multi use plant and it is actually native to Jamaica. But it has been spread out and naturalized in other places like Central Florida and South America. So this is a full sun perennial where we are, since we are located in the Asian continent of Malaysia, Johor Bahru. And this one is really essential to my pollinator garden. As you can see, it is really attracting a lot of butterflies and the bees, as well as some sunbirds. The reason why is because the flower heads, or the bracts as we call them, spikes, these are actually related to the verbena family. And as you see, it has a very long stalk. So what happens is that the flowers open continuously throughout the day and they sort of refill with nectar. And it's really interesting because not a lot of plants do that. So this one also has a human use, which is what the traditional people used to use it for, and that is actually for things like gastritis or stomach bloating issues, or anything to do with a intestinal problem. So it's used in traditional medicine as well. Of course, I do not recommend you use this on your own. It would be best to seek a professional or a Chinese sensei, is what we call them, before you decide to actually use this in your own beverages or to ail kind of ailments in your home. So this guy does get pretty tall. Right now it's standing at about 8 feet. It can get a little bit larger, but this is the maximum I've seen it grow in the last 3 to 4 years that we have this. It's really easy to propagate because the stems are kind of weak. They're not exactly very woody. They are woody, but they're not like teak kind of wood where it's really solid. These are easy to snap off. So propagation is very simple. You just have to snap a branch off, make sure that it has a good amount of wood on it like this and not this. This will not go well. You gotta have like a woody kind of stem, snap it out, put it in some water. You can even put it in your fish tank, which is what we always do, and then the results are much faster and they grow really good roots, and you can propagate it that way. So I have a few specimens of this. This is the one that we have. It's a pink variety. It comes in red and blue. I have a blue one as well, but it's not flowering at the moment. So this is the dominant one that we have. It is a absolutely pivotal plant in my pollinator garden, simply because it restocks with nectar throughout the day, and every single pollinator that I know comes and drinks from this. It's also really easy because it's a full sun perennial, like I mentioned. And what you can do is you can actually plant this in almost any soil type. It does grow in clay, but does not flower as well from my experience. It just takes a while to grow if it's in clay because the roots take longer to establish, and from there you get problems like root rot earlier on, compared to a heavy tree or something with a more substantial root structure like a mango tree. This is still considered a tender perennial tall shrub in my area, so it's better to put it in an organic mix if possible. You want to use strictly, you can, but it'll take you a while to see the blooms. So this is a mature specimen. It's been around with us for about 3 to 4 years now. Blooms very profusely. I love the structure of these guys because they're very tall and they don't have like a weeping habit. It's more like upright, and it's very nice to put in the garden if you wanted to have like a statement look, that kind of thing, but still be dual purpose, or in this case, more than dual purpose, because you can actually use it for calming your bloated gut when you have like a really heavy dinner. So definitely a beginner friendly plant. I do recommend that you plant this in full sun. It does not do well in cold areas, but we are a tropical zone, so we do not experience any kind of frost. But it will die back if you plant this outdoors and have a frost or a cold night. So do try this out, you guys. I honestly think that without this, my pollinator garden would not be as successful. Some variants do get a little bit weepy, which is I mean it comes in different colors too, right? But the blue one, it grows really really straight up. Like this one has a little bit of a weeping habit, but that's because I trimmed it. So if you want to make sure that the structure remains tall and straight, don't prune it at all. Only when it starts to show a little bit of dieback and needs rejuvenation, only then do you prune it. So that would be something I would recommend. But try this out, you guys. Porterweed, definitely a very easy plant to grow. It propagates so easily in water. It grows in all soil types. I do recommend you plant it in a little bit more of an organic mix to get it going, and then if you do plant it in clay, you could, but just top it off with like compost and things like that. Keep the soil around it good as the years progress, and also make sure that you water this daily until it is established. Now this is actually very drought tolerant once it is established, and incredibly it actually has salt tolerance as well. So there are some places where porterweed is grown on the coastline to prevent things like soil erosion, and it does very well there. So definitely a multi-purpose use. I believe you can grow this in almost anywhere since it is salt tolerant and also drought tolerant once established. And guys, give it a go. I mean, the pollinators love this. I love it. It has such a nice growth habit. It's a beautiful color and it attracts pollinators like nothing else. So give it a shot, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.